One more thing about getting the negative comments. Oh my Lord. I had one person. Now, I was outing this one guy, Nityananda. His name is Nityananda. He's a guru, supposedly a guru in India. And he just built people for everything. He promised them powers and promised them this. He'd tell them mortgage their homes and bring more people. And I mean, people went bankrupt and all sorts of stuff. Horrible, horrible, horrible. So I was outing this guy. I actually went to see him, and he thought I'm there to ask him for something, you know, so he's got people there videoing this and everything. I said, you send your people out because you're not going to want them to hear what I'm going to tell you. I told him something that he was giving, this fire breath and all this stuff was dangerous if these people woke up. Oh, I'll figure it out later, he says. Yeah. So he goes, you know, you can come in and see whatever, come and take a look, and you'll see how fabulous it is. It's what he said when the people were in the room. The minute they left, he told them, don't you ever let her in here. And then one of these people, Cash thinks it's bad getting some comments. I had a person that for a couple of years was making videos, full-on videos about me every day with the most nasty, foul things she could think of to say. She would call me the tarot demon, and I was having sex with all these guys when I was in India, and I'm doing porn on the side, and just every day she would make videos. Every single day. Yeah. So be happy it's only a comment that you don't have somebody that's making videos. Okay. I had another one. The guy wanted to come and interview me, and I said, there's one thing I insist on. You can come, we'll do the interview, but you cannot cut it, you cannot edit it, you cannot take anything out. It's got to be exactly like it was filmed, okay? That was my one stipulation. You ask me anything you want, but that's the stipulation. And this guy is coming, and he's, knows I've got women there. Maybe you could set me up with one of the women and things. No, we're celibates. I'm not going to set you up with a woman. And he wanted everybody to come listen to him sing Besame Mucho. And we said, no, we're not going to go do that. We're celibates. And so again, this guy was threatening me, found out that we're not vegetarians. It's a reason for that, not being vegetarians when we've got all this going. And so he was threatening me that his sister was with the, what do you call it? The one that's anti-cruelty to animals and all of that. And she's going to come after me. And he's the person that was so nasty and foul and saying all these foul lies and things about me on the one place that they had to censor him. Yeah. Because I outed this guy. This guy was, he films in this thing with all these books behind him, and like he was this real, psychology or something. And I found out what he's doing is just hypnosis for no smoking, and he's not even, he didn't even have a certification, okay? But he was presenting himself as this big mucky muck. So I outed him, okay? He finally stopped, because he said, I'm not going to put up with that. When I was in India, too, another thing that I would do, there was one one sadhu, when he saw me coming, he run his, it's Kali, it's Kali. Because what they would do, they call them nakali. In Sadhu language, it's nakali, the fake babas, fake sannyasi. Now, if you're a real sannyasi, you go out, you do your meditation, you do your practices, and people will come up and offer fruits. They'll offer a few paisa, for you. Now, I've had, when I was in India doing practices, they would come offer fruit, offer a little bit of money, a little paisa, when they see you doing your practices. But we would have these ones out there and trying to get people to start smoking hashish and all of this stuff, okay? And they would go around and bakshish, give me money. And I'd go up to them and I'd see him with the tourists, and I'd go up to him and I'd say, are you a sadhu or are you a beggar? If you're a beggar, don't wear the clothes of sadhu and disgrace him. So they didn't, they were like, oh my God, here she comes, watch. So that was another thing that would happen there. Are you a beggar or are you a sadhu? Now there was, I knew the Naga Babas there. And Sundar Puri got his picture over there. He was, he knew what was going on with me, and he wanted me to go up with him into the Himalayas to be a teacher. Okay. Now what he did, I had my guru, and I had to go to take care of something for him in Lucknow. And so I had my stuff in Rishikesh, and I asked Sundar Puri, could you watch my stuff? And he kept trying to. He said, you have to become a sadhu. You have to become a sadhvi. Women are sadhvis. You have to become a sadhvi. I said, just watch my stuff and I'll be back. So I went to Lucknow. When I was there, this one thing came through, contemplation of self. When I was there, it just started coming through, line by line by line by line, and it was this expansion. So when I came out, I wrote it all down. I had it all there. Well, when I was gone, Sundar Puri had all these sadhus. It was a lot of rocks and stuff there. He had them all put sand on it so it wouldn't hurt my feet. And I went there, and all of my clothing, the kapara, my things, he dyed them saffron orange when I was gone. Oh my goodness, he dyed them all saffron. And I've got pictures of the ceremony. I did have a ceremony, and I did take sannyas and things. And during the ceremony, you could see Shiva standing in the flames, holding the veil with a crescent moon, and the animals around in the flames. You could see them. You could also see Shakti standing there with the bust, very thin waist, hips, hand out, holding a conch shell, and the back of the head was a Garuda coming out of the back of the head. This was in the flames, and there was so much manifestation coming through the whole ceremony. So many of those things happen, when you're on that type of a path. All these mystical type experiences take place, okay? But he passed. Now, when I was there, they really respected me because I never touched any of the smoke or the hashish or none of that. I just did my practices, my meditation and everything. So they were very respectful of that. And he was making a dinner, and I was down by the Ganges, and he came over, Ganga, he touched my arm, and it was like, what flashed through, oh my God, you shouldn't have done that. And you're a dead man. He's a dead man. Well, he was making a bag, and I still have the bag here, a Jolie, which is their bag, and they carry all these things in. Now, if you don't know about sadhus, part of the practice is to make a Jolie. And the guru can see how more advanced you are by how much you put into making this bag, because you take the yarn and you have to roll it and stretch it, and then you're making these bags. So they could see your attention and all of these things, okay? So he was making this bag for me, and I took a picture of it, okay? And the next day, I told him, whatever you do, don't smoke today. Don't smoke, don't smoke. Well, these sadhus came by, and he, of course, they're going to sit there and smoke charas, which is hashish, very strong, and they put a aluminum foil on it, put a hole in it, and it made it even stronger. And I'm looking, he's laughing, he's ribbing me. Baba life, big smoking. Sadhu life, big smoking. And he smoked it, and he was working on my bag after he smoked it, and he had a heart attack. Okay. And the picture I took the day before, all of the rest of the pictures on that film were perfect, except for that picture where he was sitting in exactly the same position, and around him there was like a fog. He was already getting ready to leave the body at that point. True story. I wish I still had those pictures. When I moved here, my album of many pictures was lost. But I wish I could show you that picture, because around him was this fog. So it was already planned for him to leave. That was already, Now, when he was leaving, I went to get these other sadhus. Oh, he's okay, he's okay. I said, he's not, he's dying. I'm telling you, you need to come. And we're taking him across the Ganges, right in the middle of the Ganges. I'm telling him, it's all Brahman, you're only Brahman, it's all Brahman, you're only Brahman. Okay? In other words, you're that divine is, you are that. And he left his body right in the middle of the Ganges when we were crossing that bridge. And so then I sat, when these sadhus pass, you sit them up in a meditation thing. So I sat up with them all night, the body, in his hut, and kept the fire going, because the fire is representative of Shiva. So you keep the fire going and you sit with them in meditation all night. And then the next day they come, all the sadhus come, and they wash the body with yogurt and things. And then they put him in the burlap bag in a meditation pose, and they sink them in the Ganges. Sink them in the Ganges. Okay? Yeah. You don't, you never cremate the sadhu, and you don't cremate a woman that's pregnant that passes. If a woman passes and she's pregnant, they do not cremate them in India. That they don't. Yeah, so again, so many things happen with that. So many things happen. But that one, yeah. to see that picture and every other picture in that camera, that frame before and after that were absolutely clear. Just that one. Yep. So anyway, that's another one of the things that just came by, and I, totally forgot about it. Quack, quack. Water off a duck's back. But yeah, for a couple of years, this woman was making vicious, vicious videos about me daily. Daily. Long videos. Yeah. About how I was having sex with my students, and I mean, everything she could think of to say, she would say. Now, none of my students even live around me, okay? I have students that are, across the world, okay? So they weren't even, people are not even near me, but I was having sex with them all every day, and yeah, doing porn, I was like, oh my Lord. Yeah. So if you're doing a channel and you're having comments, count yourself lucky that you're not having videos. You don't have somebody that's doing videos and screaming and just, out of their mind. Yeah, very, very nasty. So on that note, I'll leave that here.